We've got some Week 14 OFL action as the San Francisco 49ers are set to take on the New Orleans Saints. Both teams sitting at an 8-4 record in a game with lots of playoff implications. And of course, these are two veteran, and I'd like to say well-respected coaches. Of course, the Niners led by Octavius Boctavius, a.k.a. myself. New Orleans led by Colin Mentor. And these two coaches have had many battles in the past. Of course, OFL 19 playoffs. My Saints beat his Packers 2 years in a row. He went the Kevin Durant route. If you can't beat him, join him. So obviously he's New Orleans now. We're going to start off with an early fumble. Lamar Jackson going backwards. Deion Jones along with Henry Anderson there with the contact. So that'll bring us to a 3rd and 11. Lamar Jackson scrambling like he's late on a date. He's going to run for the first down, gaining 20. Very solid run for the former Heisman Trophy winner, but that's in a different universe. Now 3rd and 8, Lamar Jackson dropping back to throw it, and this time he would not scramble out of pressure. Geno Atkins, the big defensive tackle, would get the sack. And then on the ensuing punt, Locke Edwards would pin it to the 1. Absolute beauty of the kick. And then Kevin King would be able to down it. So now it's 2nd down and 6 from the 5. Saints not in a good position, and that won't help him. Tariq Cohen loses 2, courteous of Sean Dion Hamilton, SDH, with the tackle. That'll bring us to a 3rd and 7. As Kyler Murray, he has no time to throw it. Would have helped the Niners if he backed up into the end zone a little bit, but still a quality sack from Dalvin Tomlinson. So San Francisco gets it back, 3rd and 4. Here's Lamar Jackson looking to throw it, and he'd be sacked again. Number 2 for the big fella, Geno Atkins, as San Francisco's O-line is definitely the weakest part of this team. And then the punt would be blocked. Isn't that what Tom Brady did to me on Twitter? Wink, wink, just kidding. So Locke Edwards' first punt goes to the 1, and his second one is blocked, and the Saints have a chance to put some points on the board. 3rd and 1, there's Speedy Sneed. Willie Sneed, the 4th, with the touchdown reception. Maybe it's his 4th of the season, maybe it isn't. Saints now up 7-0. Niners offense now under a little bit of pressure. Here's Devin Singletary losing 3. New Orleans reads that play like a book. Deion Jones with the... Or that's Vontaze Burfict, sorry. Burfict is supposed to be suspended, by the way. But he snuck onto the field. Once the commissioner got note of this, Burfict has been suspended officially for the rest of the year. And he is officially not allowed to go to Saints games, so he can't sneak up on the field. Anyway, Lambeau misses the field goal. Niners look at the ball back, and then Lamar Jackson is intercepted by Jalen Ramsey. So now the Saints have an opportunity to make this a bigger lead than it already is. And then the ball is tipped about 7 times. And Earl Thomas is the one who lands on it. As that ball literally had, like, I don't know, it had some sort of jello on it. Nobody could catch it. Niners now driving down the field. There's Irv Smith Jr. with the catch. Niners out of timeouts. They have it at the 20. Nice play over to Hollywood Brown, the rookie, who brings it to the 38, and the Niners are just going to kick the field goal right away, which I think is kind of a smart call. Lambeau did miss one earlier, so there's no guarantee this one goes in. But sure enough, Josh Lambeau would be money. And he can use that money to go get himself a Lambo. Niners cut the lead down to 4, making it 7-3. Let's move on to the second half. New Orleans starting on offense. As Cohen goes down, that's a Bosa child making the play. You're used to seeing number 97, Bosa, making plays for San Francisco, but that's actually Joey Bosa with the tackle. And then 3rd down, Tariq Cohen has a hole even bigger than the one I found in the bed last night. As Tariq Cohen with a nice run. Cohen would actually get injured later in the game, and he might miss some decent time, so it wasn't all butterflies and rainbows for Mr. Cohen, as Will Lutz makes the field goal. Saints make it a touchdown lead. Niners offense has really struggled today, especially for run offense. This unit has not been the same since Kareem Hunt got hurt, as Hollywood Brown loses 4. Jalen Ramsey with the tackle. So now that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4 for the Saints. Last play of the 3rd quarter. Here's Kyler Murray scrambling like eggs on a frying pan, but he does not have anywhere to go. Sean Dion Hamilton with the sack, and then not Thomas Morstead, Brett Kern on the punt, and it's down at the 2. So both punters with some booming kicks, and the Niners are now in a hole, and they're going to struggle to get out of this one. Let's just say I was not saying that last night. 2nd and 9. Here's Jackson. Look at this. He fumbles it. Niners pick it up. Then they fumble it, and the Saints pick it up for a touchdown. Geno Atkins picks it up. 2 sacks and a touchdown. Have yourself a day, big fella. So that ball still has jello on it. And then the Niners fumble it again. Their 3rd fumble of the game, and that's for rookie Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, who recovers. Now New Orleans is going to try to make it an even bigger lead. Here's Will Lutz. He's going to try to put the icing on the cake, and he does just that. Money, money, money. Saints take a 20-3 lead. So here's Lamar Jackson now, scrambling, beautiful throw for Danny America. Danny Amendola with a nice play. And Lamar Jackson played well in this one. He was quite efficient, but just the rest of the team was not clicking. 4th and inches. Jackson hit as he throws, incomplete, but it doesn't matter, as the New Orleans Saints with a dominant 20-3 win over a big-time team in the ONFC in San Francisco. This win could give New Orleans some special tiebreakers for the postseason. Kyler Murray didn't even play that well, but the thing that surprised me most is the lack of impact that Khalil Mack had. And I think if Khalil Mack was making plays in the Saints' backfield, maybe this game would have had a different result. I don't even think he had a pressure, and the main man blocking him was rookie Titus Howard, so I don't know how that came about. Cowboys get the win over the Bears on Thursday Night Football. So could the Joshua Dobbs hype train be slowing down? And meanwhile for Dallas, they started this season off 0-4-1, but they have won 8 straight games, which is unfrickin' believable. And they are now half a game back of the Eagles in their division. Falcons beat the Panthers with ease, and Atlanta is absolutely still in the playoff race, only a game back of the 6th seed. Meanwhile, Carolina is essentially eliminated. I think they are officially eliminated, if I'm not mistaken, so tough beans for Husker. The Bucks beat the Colts 21-28. Tampa Bay, I believe, is the 6th seed, if I'm not mistaken. Indianapolis, with this loss, is basically out of the playoff race, bearing some sort of miracle, which I don't see happening. They have to win out. They need the Titans to lose out. They need some other things to happen. It's not going to be likely for the Colts, in other words. The Jets beat the Dolphins 16-13, and Miami's fall from grace continues. It feels like they've won one game in the past, 2 months or something. And the Dolphins were looking really good at the beginning of the year, and then poof, they have fallen off a cliff. And the Jets are kind of tanking, kind of not. They've won a few too many games for a high draft pick. Lions beat the Vikings in overtime. Detroit has not clinched a playoff berth, but they are literally inches away from grabbing at the NFC North crown. They're a full game ahead of everybody else in the conference, so Detroit right now is looking good for a potential 1 seed. I wish I could be saying that in real life. Broncos beat the Texans. I don't think Houston has much of a chance in the playoff race. They're essentially eliminated. Denver, meanwhile, I think they are the 5 or the 6 seed. I'm not sure, but they're definitely in the wild card hunt. And Denver's definitely a team I could see contending if they get a few road playoff wins or get by the Chiefs in their division. Ravens beat the Bills, and Buffalo, after a very bad start, they've been playing better. I don't see Buffalo making the playoffs or anything, but they've been playing good football. And then Baltimore, they've been red hot, winning 4 straight. And they could creep past Cincinnati in that division. Speaking of the Bengals, they lose to the Cleveland Browns, who are now 3-10. Bengals at 9-4, tied with Baltimore. And it looked like it was Cincinnati's division to lose a couple weeks ago. And now Baltimore, I believe, has the tiebreaker over them. So technically the Ravens are on top in that division. Next game we have here, the Redskins continue to lose after starting off 3-0. They have lost 11 straight games. They are now 3-11. Packers trying to stay alive in the playoff race. I want to say they are 7-6. And Green Bay is the only reason why the Lions have not clinched their division yet. But man, what a fall from grace from Washington. Could Patrick Mahomes be traded in the offseason? that could be an interesting topic for debate. Jaguars finally end the losing streak. They've lost probably about 6 or 7 in a row, but they do get the win over the Chargers. Good game from Dwayne Haskins. Chargers are still in the playoff race. I think they're one of the teams fighting for a wild card spot. And with Tom Brady, anything is possible. Instead of 5-yard passes, maybe he'll throw 8-yard passes in the playoffs. But he does not have his security blanket in Bill Belichick, so I don't see the Chargers really contending. Cardinals with a big win over the Steelers. Arizona had to win this game. And the Cardinals are now only 1 game behind San Francisco for the division. Obviously, the Cardinals will find a way to finish 9-7 because that's the Cardinal way. So, since we're the Niners, as long as we win 2 games, I'm A-okay because Arizona's not touching 10-6. Titans beat the Raiders 31-24. And Tennessee's won a few games in a row. And they are extremely close to winning the division as long as they win or Indianapolis loses. And Tennessee hasn't been all that good this year. I mean, 8-5 is very respectable. But they play in by far the weakest division in the league, so they have gotten sort of lucky. Chiefs lose by 1 to New England. Just a narrow loss for KC. I assume they did beat the spread, though. Jared Goff struggled, so did Wes Lunt. This very well could be an OAFC Championship preview. I think these are currently the 2 best teams in the conference. Since he's a little bit too inconsistent, Baltimore's a question mark. No one from the OAFC South is making it. So I'd say those are the 2 favorites. So expect to see them playing again in January. And then on Monday Night Football, Seattle trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. They defeat the Rams, who are officially eliminated now. Not looking good for Seattle, but with Coach Roberto at the helm, anything's possible. Roberto did win 2 OFL Bowls after all. And then, okay, that was the Sunday night game, my bad. This, I think, is the Monday night game. Eagles beat the Giants, and New York's playoff chances are looking slim. They're currently 6-7. Eagles, meanwhile, lead the division, only half a game ahead of Dallas. So that is going to probably be the most interesting divisional race. I don't think those 2 teams play against each other again. Maybe I'm wrong. Here's a look at the Week 15 slate. Got some impactful playoff games in there. Broncos, Chiefs, Patriots, Bengals, Bucks, Lions. Those are all very important games. Falcons, Niners is also an impactful one. So here's a look at the standings. Ravens and Bengals neck and neck. Steelers in the playoff hunt as well. Titans should win the OAFC South. He is holding on for just that string of hope onto the OAFC East. Patriots have clinched the division, and they are the first and only team to clinch the playoffs. Congratulations, New England. In the OAFC West, Chiefs half a game ahead of Denver, 1.5 games ahead of the Chargers. Lions should clinch the North. Packers still alive in the playoff race. Saints a game ahead of Tampa Bay, 2 games ahead of Atlanta in the ONFC South. In the East, Eagles barely ahead of the Cowboys. Giants holding on for dear life. And then in the West, Niners a game ahead of the Cardinals, 2 ahead of Seattle. The Rams are long gone. And then looking at the conference projected seedings, Patriots 1, Ravens 2, Chiefs 3, Titans 4, Bengals 5, Broncos 6. Chargers and Steelers are really the only other 2 teams competing. So there are 8 teams fighting for playoff spots, I'd say, in this conference. And then in the ONFC, Lions 1, Saints 2, Eagles 3, Niners 4, Cowboys 5, Bucks 6. You still got Atlanta, Arizona, and Green Bay fighting. Maybe one of those 6 and 7 teams can make a run as well. And then your players of the week go to Baker Mayfield, Deshaun Watson, Bobby Wagner, and Kenny Moore II. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, and have a good one. Peace.